What is up, YouTubers? This is Ryan. I wanted to take a few minutes and give you guys a little rundown on my live rig, mainly because it's about to change. I bought a piano yesterday to gut it out so I can use it as a shell for my MIDI controllers. So this is my configuration's about to change, and I wanted to show it to you guys. So hang on 1 second, and we'll get the camera turned around and see what we have going on. See ya. Alright, number one, the Hammond. This is probably about to go bye-bye. I've been using this at church now since, last June or July. And there's nothing wrong with it itself, other than it's just heavy. And I'm kind of sick of moving it around every other Sunday. So, the big change from the last YouTube video I made for this is I'm using a different pedal now. This is the Boss RT20. I bought this back in 2007, and it's really just worked like a champ, and I really enjoy the sound that it creates. And I also put an Ernie Ball pedal on here, so that makes you actually get no sound if you get it all the way down at the bottom. And there's a crappy little pedal board that I attempted to make for it. If you'll notice at the bottom, that's just a really heavy-duty keyboard stand that I'm using. So that's that. And on the back, I made this back right here after I got my amp worked on my organ. So, and it just uses these little latches right here. I got one on this side and one on the other side. And then at the bottom, I've got some hinges like that. So, and then of course I put the oiling plate thing on there because that's just what I like. So, alright, moving on to keys. So I've got both M-Audio controllers going this morning, which I haven't done yet at church, so this should be interesting. The top one I don't have connected to my sustain pedal, so this is just doing synth leads. And then the bottom is my weighted controller that I'm using more for the keys, the whirly, for the strings, stuff like that. So that's what that is. And on my computer, on my Mac, I'm running MainStage this morning. I don't always run MainStage. I usually run Ableton Live, but I've had MainStage now since December, and I feel bad that I've spent money on it and haven't worked on it yet, so I decided to do some stuff with MainStage. And also I use Reason and Kontakt for my VSTs, so that's just another avenue of sounds that I have and have access to. So, as far as routing goes, I know it's kind of ugly with all the cables and everything, but I'm just running out 2 USBs to my Mac. These go in, they see it in MainStage. I don't have these, I don't have my controllers, I should say, divided up into MainStage to where, this will play one and that'll play the other. Right now they just play the same thing. As far as audio out, I normally do use an audio interface. I have an M-Track that I purchased, but right now what I'm doing is I'm just doing a 1/8 inch out into the direct box. That it's actually an 1/8 inch on one end. On this end, I have a male inch on this end, a male output, I should say, and then I have another male, a 1/4 inch male down there with that direct box that you can see, and then that just gets it to the system. The audio interface that I use, the M-Track, it is great, but it's a little bit unneeded because it also acts as a preamp, but that's the gist of that. And ideally what I'm going to do is whenever I get my shell set up, I'm going to just get a hub and plug both of these guys into it, and then that should solve that problem. I just have one USB because there's only 2 USB ports on my Mac, and you never know when you'll need another USB port, right? So that's the gist with that. MainStage is pretty easy to use, and yeah, that's really about it. The other fun thing is that I bought this little keyboard stand here, this secondary tier that you can see. Bought it for like 30 or 40 bucks about a month ago, and I thought if I ever was going to double stack my keyboards, now would be a good time to do it. So I thought I would just do this little video. So yeah, works out pretty good. Just have a lot of cables everywhere. So that's the rig. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was informative to you. Thanks.